guys, it's Amber. Welcome to my channel. I post bookish and home fragrance content. I am very glad to have you here with me, whether you're returning or new. Welcome. So today is another What's in My Book Bag. Since we are in a new month, it is a new season of reading, and so I've cleared out a bunch of my summer type books, and I got a ton of more fall vibe books from the library. So I'm here to share them all with you. There is a massive amount, and I do have more coming, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. There's about 10, I think, something like that. So if you've watched my TBR video, I do already have a set TBR for the month of September, but I'm also a mood reader, and I might not be filling any of these at the moment through the month, and so I may pick up one of these as well. So let's jump into them. The first one I have to share, and I'm gonna try and just have them sit without falling everywhere, and that's not working. Okay. The first one I have to share with you is actually a classic by Washington Irving. It is The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and Other Stories. I mainly got it for The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I love the Disney classic, version with Ichabod Crane, but I've never actually read the actual story. And so I was like, what better time than in autumn to do that, obviously. So that is that one. If you don't know, I mean, everyone I would think would know what this is about, but it's about The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, which is about a school teacher that moves into this town, Sleepy Hollow. It takes place in it's like the 1700s from what I remember. And it has this myth about this headless horseman. And so, yeah, most people know what that's about, but just in case you don't, it's a classic, and it's a classic for a reason. So perfect for spooky season. Okay, the next one I got is I don't know if this is, I'm assuming this is a short story. It's not very long. So a short story or novella. Once More Upon a Time by Roshani Chokshi. I think I'm saying it right. Sorry. Once upon a time, there was a prince named Ambrose and a princess named Imelda who loved each other, but alas, no more. What a witch takes, a witch does not give back. Their friends and family warned. They resigned themselves to this loveless fate. A year and a day pass, and then their story truly begins. So I've heard really good things about this. It's a fairy tale type story. Seems like it'll be one of those cozy type of whimsical type of books, which I love to read during the fall. Okay, the next one is called My Roommate is a Vampire, and it's by Jenna Levine. I'm assuming, I cannot see. I hate when the library puts stickers over things. Drives me nuts. Yeah, Jenna Levine. So this is a rom-com. True love is at stake in this charming debut romantic comedy. Cassie Greenberg loves being an artist, but it's a tough way to make a living. On the brink of eviction, she's desperate when she finds a too-good-to-be-true apartment in a beautiful Chicago neighborhood. Cassie knows there has to be a catch. Only someone with a secret to hide would rent out a room for that price. Of course, her new roommate, Frederick J. Fitzwilliam, is far from normal. He sleeps all day, is out at night on business, and talks like he walked out of a Regency romance novel. He also leaves Cassie heart-melting notes around the apartment, cares about her art, and asks about her day. And he doesn't look half bad shirtless. On the rare occasions, they're both home and awake. But when Cassie finds bags of blood in the fridge, that definitely weren't there earlier, Frederick has to come clean. It seemed like it would be a cute, fun book. And, you know, vampires and Halloween go hand in hand. Okay, next is Dreadful. This is by Caitlin Rozakis. And this is about it's bad enough waking up in a half-destroyed evil wizard's workshop. I think I had this as part of, to interrupt, as part of one of my most anticipated reads, because now that I'm reading the synopsis, it sounds familiar. Okay, it's bad enough waking up in a half-destroyed evil wizard's workshop with no eyebrows, no memories, and no idea how long you have been, you have before the dread lord whomever shows up to murder you horribly and then turn your skull into a goblet or something. But it's a lot worse when you realize that the dread lord whoever is you. So it looked like it was a really fun book along the same lines. Although I don't think there's any sort of romance in it, but I'm thinking like assistant to the villain type of feel. So quirky, fun, whimsical type of story. So Dreadful. Okay, next one is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. And this is she wrote The 7-Year Slip, which is on my TBR this month. So this is Florence Day is the ghostwriter for one of the most prolific romance art authors in the industry. And she has a problem. After a terrible breakup, she no longer believes in love. It's as good as dead. When her new editor, a too handsome mountain of a man, won't give her an extension on her book deadline, Florence prepares to kiss her career goodbye. But then she gets a phone call she never wanted to receive, and she must return home for the first time in a decade to help her family bury her beloved father. For 10 years, she's run from the town that never understood her. And even though she misses the sounds of the warm southern night and her eccentric, loving family and their funeral parlor, she can't bring herself to stay. Her father's gone, yet everything else feels the same and she hates it. Until she finds a ghost standing at the funeral parlor's front door, just as broad and infuriatingly handsome as ever. And he's just as confused about why he's there as she is. Romance is most certainly dead, but so is her new editor, and his unfinished business will have her second-guessing everything she's ever known about love stories. So that seems really fun and cute for sure, and definitely gives those vibes of fall. Okay, the next one, see what I say about stickers on the front of the covers drives me nuts. Anyway, it's a pet peeve of mine. I hate it. Whether it's stickers from the library or like a seller puts a sticker on the cover. I want to see the cover. I want to see the beautiful cover and not have anything marring it. Anyway, enough ranting. A Study in Drowning, which is by Ava Reed. And this, no, not there. I don't even know anything about this, except I've heard it's good for like this time of year. Effie Sayer, and guess what I have, you guys? They're within reach. My reading classes, so I can actually read what this says. Effie Sayer has always believed in fairy tales. She had no choice. Since childhood, she's been haunted by visions of the fairy king. She's found solace, sorry for the glare, she's found solace only in the pages of Angharad, Emrys Mirrodin's beloved epic about a mortal girl who falls in love with the fairy king and then destroys him. Effie's tattered copy is all that's keeping her afloat through her first term at a prestigious Lyrian architecture college. So when Mirrodin's family announces a contest to redesign the late author's estate, Effie feels certain this is her destiny. So this looks like it's like a dark academia kind of fantasy, romance, I'm sure. So that seems like it'll be a fun one. Okay, then I got in One Dark Window. This is by Rachel Gillig. And this is about Elspeth Spindle needs more than luck to stay safe in the eerie, mist-locked kingdom of Blunder. She needs a monster. She calls him the Nightmare, an ancient mercurial spirit trapped in her head. He protects her, he keeps her secrets, but nothing comes for free, especially magic. So I've heard really good things about this. This is the first in a duology, and the magic system is pretty unique, I've heard. It uses tarot cards or something like that. So perfect for autumn reading. Okay, next up is Foxglove by Adeline Grace. This is a second book in a series. The first one is Belladonna. The third one actually comes out this month, Wisteria, or no, it came out in August. Wisteria. So this is the second one. If you watched my Summerween video, I did talk about that and also my reading wrap up for July. I did really end up enjoying Belladonna a lot, and I was saving the next book for the fall, and now that it is fall, I'm going to read it. So Foxglove. I don't want to talk too much about this because it is the second book, but it's about a girl named Signa. She can see spirits, and she has communication with death, and death is an actual person. So this book continues where the last book left off. So she ends up going to her inheriting her estate, I think, in this one, and going to her estate, that sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, the next one is called Bring Me Your Midnight, and this is by Rachel Griffin. And I'm always a sucker for a book with a map, so if I see a map, I know it's going to be a good time. Okay, let me read the synopsis for this. Tana Fairchild's fate has never been in question. Her life has been planned out since the moment she was born. She is to marry the governor's son, Landon, and secure an unprecedented alliance between the witches of her island home and the mainlanders who see her very existence as a threat. And that's all I'll say. So that sounds good. I've heard really good things about this one, so I'm excited to pick that one up. Okay, I'm very excited about this one too. I think this one came out in August as well, and it might have been July. I'm getting them mixed up, but this was on either my July anticipated reads or my August anticipated reads. Everything starts to blur together after a while. And it is the Ornithologist's Field Guide to Love. And I've heard this is the type of book that I love. It has banter, it is whimsical, it is about rivals of ornithology, which is the study of birds. It's magical. So let's see. Rival ornithologists hunt through England for a rare magical bird in this historical fantasy rom-com, reminiscent of Indiana Jones, but with manners, tea, and helicopter parasols. That's all I'm going to say. It sounds so fun. I'm so excited to read that one. Okay, next is a more classic book. This book has been out for at least 20 years, I think. And I've had it on my TBR for quite a long time. And I was looking at 2007, looking at my Goodreads TBR. And I was like, you know what? This feels totally fall. At least I feel like it is. I don't know for sure. But that is Garden Spells. And this is by Sarah Addison Allen. I've heard a couple of people, I can't remember who it was on BookTube, talk about this author recently. And I was like, oh, I need to pick it up. I've been wanting to for a while. So let me see what it says. So, in a garden surrounded by a tall fence tucked away behind a small, quiet house in the smallest of towns is an apple tree that is rumored to bear a very special sort of fruit. The Waverleys have always been a curious family, endowed with peculiar gifts that make them outsiders even in their hometown of Bascom, North Carolina. Even their garden has a reputation, famous for its feisty apple tree that bears prophetic fruit and its edible flowers imbued with special powers. Generations of Waverleys tended this garden. Their history was in its soil, but so were their futures. A successful caterer, Claire Waverley, prepares dishes made with her mystical plants. From the nasturtiums that aid in keeping secrets and the pansies that make children thoughtful, to the snapdragons intended to discourage the attentions of her amorous neighbor. Meanwhile, her elderly cousin, Evanel, there we go. Evanel is known for distributing unexpected gifts whose uses become uncannily clear. They are the last of the Waverleys, except for Claire's rebellious sister Sydney, who fled Bascom the moment she could. Okay, so this is one of those whimsical, like magical realism type books. It seems like it'll be super cozy and super fun. Okay, then we have Nettle and Bone by T. Kingfisher. I have wanted to pick up books by her. She has quite a few that are on my TBR. I just felt like this one would be a good one to start with, as far as because it feels autumnal to me. And it is about, Mara never wanted to be a hero. As the shy convent-raised third-born daughter, she escaped the traditional fate of princesses to be married away for the sake of an uncaring throne. But her sister wasn't so fortunate, and after years of silence, Mara is done watching her suffer at the hands of a powerful and abusive prince. Seeking help for her rescue mission, Mara is offered the tools she needs, but only if she can complete 3 seemingly impossible tasks: build a dog of bones, sew a cloak of nettles, and capture moonlight in a jar. But as in the way entails princes and witches, doing the impossible is only the beginning. So this feels like it may be a retelling, kind of I was going to say with the tasks, it almost was giving me like Rumpelstiltskin vibes a little bit. But I don't know if it's like specifically a fairy tale retelling. I know T. Kingfisher does like to do a lot of those type of retellings. She did one that was based on Poe's, I can't even remember what it's called, but her book was called What Moves the Dead, and it's based on a Poe story, and I just read the story and I don't remember what it is now. Oh, the House of, why is my blind? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's anyway, she does a lot of like kind of like inspired by stories. Okay, last but not least, this didn't necessarily feel like it was like fall-ish for sure. But it came in finally. I've had it on hold for a few months now, and because it's brand new, and it finally came in. It is 5 Broken Blades, and it's by Mai Corland. And it says, let the best liar begin. So it's, and look at this. Oh, so cool. That is so pretty. So pretty. It's about a bunch of like assassins that are tasked. They're hired to kill the emperor. He's like an evil emperor or something like that, from what I remember. So Five Broken Blades. I am excited to pick this one up. It almost feels almost wintry to me rather than fall. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I've been waiting a while for it. So that's it, you guys. That's the however many books that was. I'm pretty sure it was around 10 books that I did pick up from the library and to put on my TBR cart for autumn, and there will be more coming. I can never be satisfied with what I have. I always have to add more. But I love being able to have a choice in what I'm reading. So please let me know down in the comments, are you a seasonal reader? What are you reading right now? Yeah, any recommendations to add as far as autumn reads go? I'm not into spooky horror or anything like that, but if you have anything good that's cozy, fantasy, a little romance, that type of thing, I'm here for it. So let me know down in the comments. So thank you so much for spending time with me. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Until next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.